Thokozani bomkhulu, thokozani bogogo. Ngiyanibingelela etindzaweni tonke. Noma ngikuphi lapho nikhona, ngithi ngiyanibingelela nonke emagumbini manemhlaba. Nibingelelwa umafavuke njengedangamane. Umtulo kaDuladula nyama senkopolo ningayiboni izacigcwele amafutha amgadlela kandaba. Inyanga mthakathi. Ngiyanibingelela nonke. Me greet each and everyone wherever you are. In every part of the world, in all corners of the world. I greet you today. I take this time to greet you. I hope everyone is still fine and doing well wherever you are. And just want to apologize for taking too long to record another video. I was extremely busy, and I'm aware that some of the people have already inboxed me and asked when is another video coming on. And I have promised them, even some have promised them even last week, but I didn't manage. I was also extremely busy. But at least this week I'm pushing on my best that at least we have a video of another topic. I hope everyone is fine wherever you are. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel called Siyinduna. This channel called Siyinduna. You can subscribe at any time so that you won't miss all the topics that are going to come. Today we have got a new topic that I once wrote about, which I've said that I will start with the topics that I've mostly written about. The topic that I want to talk about today is the issue of Ingwendze. Ingwendze, the spirit of Ingwendze, which some people, they don't even understand it. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have an English word for Ingwendze. What is Ingwendze in English? But I'll try to explain so that every person will catch up and understand that what we are talking about. One thing that we must always remember is that Ingwendze, it's a generational spirit that comes from a certain generation, and we must know that everything that we do now will have an impact to the next generation. Whatever decision we take now will either affect positively or negative to the next generation. Even any action, anything that we do now will definitely have an impact. It will be either positive or negative, but it will definitely have an impact to the next generation. So it's very important that whatever we do, we must think for the generation. What will be the outcome to the next generation? Will it be a negative one, or will it be a positive one? So when it comes to the issue of Ingwendze is a spirit that comes from someone who was not married, whether the person was a male or this person was a female. The person who died without having a husband or without having a wife, especially if those people had a madloti within them, they were supposed to do, or they've already ebatwasa baba bangoma, especially those who have got umdawe. It's most nominous with those people laba hamba nemdawe, because see Ingwendze normally iya inekhamba nemdawe kakhulu. It's happened mostly to those people laba nemadlozi laba twasile. It's a spirit that for a person, because a spirit wants procreation, that we must have a generation. You see, if ngine madloti manje elamadloti lenginawo manje njengami njengoba ngenza umsebenzi wabantu abadala kulamadloti lenginawo lengisebenza ngawo, they need to go to another generation. I must have children, my grandchildren, so that my grandchildren will also inherit the very same spirit that is in me and work with it. I've explained about the spirit that in actual sense, no one in actual sense we can say ungenwa ngumoya noma uyamngena. Umoya, we are born with it. We are born with the spirit, whether it's a spirit of umdawe, whether it's a spirit of inzuza, whether it's a spirit of balozi, you are born with the spirit. But the spirit, it's within your blood, coming from the generation of your ancestors. Then you find that now you have got that spirit that was in them. So what I want to say is that the very same thing with Ingwendze. Ingwendze, the person who died without having a wife, regrets when he has passed on into the other world, because now he wants to procreation. He wants to continue his or her own generation, but now He didn't left anything here in this world. So it becomes a problem. So that's why marriage is very, very important in African culture. I know that marriages are being attacked this way, especially the system that we are living under. It doesn't want to see black person getting married, or a black person having a stable family. They're trying all our best that every person must live individually. Every person must just be independent of him or herself, which is not good cultural. Those people will come back and turn and become Ingwendze. In fact, the spirit of Ingwendze is going to be with us so much, because most of the people these days are not married, they don't have a wife and they don't have a husband, which means the future generation will be affected, highly affected by the spirit of Ingwendze, because now homes are broken and there's no marriage. So which means what we are brewing now, by not having stable relationship, by not having wives or husband, we are brewing something that is going to have a negative impact into the next generation. See, but I know that most people, they just take things from the TV. They forget that media most of the time it misleads people, because it wants to save its own agenda, because it definitely has got its own agenda and propaganda that wants to save. So when it comes to Ingwendze, it's a spirit for those people, and those people, they come back through their spirit and claim, if let's say it was a woman who was not married within the family, she will come and claim one male figure as a husband. If it was maybe perhaps it was a woman, a man, she will come and claim one lady within the family as a wife. And when they've done that with that spirit, then that will prevent that person to have a stable relationship, because they will destroy bazomosha ema relationship for that person, ema relationship of that person. They won't be stable. That person, if she is a man, she will take woman ahamba, tata with woman ahamba, and a divorce, tata shia, and even not married, but there won't be a stable relationship. Even if she's a woman, if she has got Ingwendze, she won't have a stable relationship. She will go from one man to another, divorce and divorce and divorce, because that one is claiming that no, people must go away from you because you are his wife or you are her husband. You see, so the spirit will chase away people from you. Those people who want to come closer to you, especially those who want to come closer with the purpose of marriage or whatsoever, or be even just a boyfriend or girlfriend relationship, they won't last because of Ingwendze. You see, so because it claims that you belongs to it. You see, you belongs to it. Because it claims that you belongs to it, it says you belong to the spirit, you are for that spirit. So that spirit, if it comes from a woman, you as a man, you will be in trouble. You see, you might end up yourself and die without a wife also, and you again turn up and become Ingwendze again to other and trouble another generation. If it's a woman, you might die without a husband, and you at the end of the day, you become Ingwendze again and troubled another generation. And it's going to be a vicious cycle. It's going to be a continuous cycle that is going to move from one place to another, from one generation into another generation. So that spirit, sometimes some people, they will classify it as a spiritual husband, because indeed it claims you as a wife or as a husband. That's why they say it's spiritual wife or a spiritual husband. But though it's very rare for it to come in a form of having intercourse with you, but it does happen at other stage for such things. But it definitely, when you've got that spirit, you will lose appetite sometimes to a woman, you will lose appetite to a man. You will find that you will have a good relationship, we're happy, but at the end of the day, then then you lose interest, or the very same people who have approached you, they lose interest in you. It's gonna be vice versa. You might be the one who lose interest, or it will be the other opposite person who will lose interest in you. They will come and show so much love to you, but along the journey, then they will say, they will just lose interest in you, whether it's a woman or whether it's a man. That's why your relationship will never be stable if you have got Ingwendze. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are or how successful you are, you have got money, you're a man, whatsoever, but the relationship won't last because you have got Ingwendze. There's someone that claims you as his husband or her husband, or you are the wife. You see, either someone claims you as the wife, or you are being claimed as the husband. So that's why some people, they will claim it as a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife. But it's quite different from utigoloshi. It's quite different from Isluan. Isluan it works in a different format than the spirit. The spirit works far different than this, because this one it comes together with emadlot akho, you see. But utigoloshi, it can be easily be removed. But I know that some people are struggling to remove utigoloshi, you see. But it can easily be removed, utigoloshi. That is for sure. But in utigoloshi these days is so much, because it all even destroys. It makes women to have period pains. It makes women to struggle to have children. It helps women to have miscarriages. That's why so many women have miscarriages these days, because of utigoloshi. But that one can be removed. But when it comes to Ingwendze, it doesn't normally do that. But Ingwendze can sometimes affect your waist, can sometimes stay there in your womb. You might find yourself sometimes being childless because of Ingwendze, and have pain, even back pains whatsoever, and utwale kakhulu, even sometimes nasemahlombe, sometimes when you've got Ingwendze. But it's different from utigoloshi. Ingwendze, it's very rare for it to need intercourse. But sometimes, even with Ingwendze, you might feel at night that we are with someone. But also, it's very rare. But some of Ingwendze can kill, some it cannot kill. But it's also different. But most of them, they don't kill, you see. So now there's a difference, as I've said, between Ingwendze and the so-called spiritual husband again, which they call it otigoloshi, because some people, they've adopted otigoloshi as their spiritual husband or their spiritual wives, you see. So and those things must be removed. But when it comes to Ingwendze cannot be removed in you. Unlike utigoloshi can be easily be removed. Uyathetshula utigoloshi, umuntu umqabe ngimithi yakhona, emva loko bese uba right. But when it comes to Ingwendze, it's a different story. It cannot be removed because it's within your blood. But utigoloshi, it's something that comes to you. But Ingwendze, it's within your bloodstream, so it cannot be removed. So the only thing, you have to learn how to live with Ingwendze. Some people labahlolako, they mistake Ingwendze, by mistake as if unatigoloshi. Ugeze ngeenkukhu ezi 100 and something, but at the end of the day utigoloshi angasuki because babona Ingwendze, you see. And some people, they can easily identify it even emathambo, but mostly Ingwendze is easily identified by using kufemba. Kufemba is the one that is able sometimes to identify. Sometimes it can make it even to speak and say exactly what it needs from you, you see. So kufemba is more important. That's why when a person angena ephehlweni, as when a person is ephehlweni, definitely the person will definitely undergo kufemba while asephehlweni, because see, a person cannot be umthwasise aphelele angakake wafenjwa. Hayi kusuke kuyadlalwa. It's very, very important ukuthi afenjwe, so that you will be able to analyze all the spirits that are within that person. Those, whether the good ones and the bad ones, those spirits must be clarified and be fully analyzed. How do they come? So that then you work with that person in the purity of the form, so that the person awuthwasa into le kahle. Lesinye isikhathi some of the spirit zemadlozi kodwa sihamba nebuthakathi phakathi, and those spirit, a person agamela athwase with such spirit, because if a person athwasa with such spirit, the person will end up abe ngumthakathi at the end of the day. Njoba sibona nje thina inyanga lesithi bathakathi these days, and which is not lidlozi alikufuni lokho, yabo. So then it will be more important with the person afenjwe, and once the person has afenjiwe kwa-identifier, and most of the time people who have got Ingwendze, vele they have got a calling ukuthi bahambe bayoba tinyanga and bahambe bayoba itangoma, and those people kumele bayothwasa bathwaswe and ibe attended lengwenze yabo during the process of uthwasa, because majority of those people labanengwenze they have got a spirit omgogo, because ingwenze go with the kakhulu ithanda go with the spirit of umdawe. You know, umdawe, it's a persistent spirit. Once it's there, it's so persistent, and it can cause a havoc sometimes when you don't obey to umdawe. So the very same thing with ingwenze. Ingwenze go with umdawe. It goes with umdawe, ingwenze. Always it goes with umdawe. And as it goes with umdawe, it can cause havoc again in your life. So it's very important that you undergo gufemba, and then after you undergo gufemba, and then you continue uhamba uyothwasa, uyalungiselwa kahle ingwenze yakho ezikulungiswa lalamanye imdawo emadlozi akho njengemdawo kuyalungiswa konke, nemdawo wakho yalungiswa kahle, nengwenze yakho yalungiswa kahle. Emveni kwaloko kuzofuna ukuthi uyakhele indumba, ibe nendumba yakhona, then you can continue and live your life. You can have a husband, you can have a wife, but though it will have some other time, even if you have done all the things, there will be a time where you won't need a man next to you, and there will be a time where you won't need a woman next to you. Iba nesikhwele nayo sometimes, iba nayo jealous, yeah, sometimes iba jealous. So it will be each and every time it will remind you that no, you belong to me. It doesn't matter when, it will remind you. And during those days, you'll feel that I don't need a man next to me, or I don't need a husband next to me. But you can live with it if you have done these things that I've mentioned. Waka indumba yawo, yakhelwa kahle indumba yawo, yasebe sometimes now sebenza ufembe from endumbeni yayo, imali yakhona isale khona lapha endumbeni yakhona, konke kwakhona lapha endumbeni nayo yazi ukuthi nami I've got something, ibe nento takhona tilungiswe kahle. If all these things have been sorted out, then you can live with ingwenze. You will find yourself that you can live with ingwenze. You can carry on uphile kahle nengwenze and do well. As I've said, that it will be just only those days where it will just remind you, but you can live and have children and have a family and have a wife and continue life. But another thing, once ingwenze is identified, you will need here mnyama, a black cloth. La ekugcineni libe nekhithikhithi la, angathi ikhithikhithi ngayichaza ngithini ngesikisi, but a black cloth, you need a black cloth ukuthi ube nayo. Immediately once it's identified, you must have a black cloth that you must sometimes use it, because ingwenze uses a black cloth, pure black cloth. You must have it. I have seen some people, some ngoma, but no, it doesn't happen ukuthi ebungomeni kube neliyade limnyama elebuthakathi indwangu obumnyama. No, black is not for buthakathi, but you must remember that black is power. That's why even the priest, they use black, because they know that black is power. Black, it's not synonymous with evil and darkness, but black is synonymous with power and strength. You see, whenever black is used, it means there's power, because even ingwenze is a powerful lidlozi, in a power, and if you have done everything it needs, it will do good for you, because it hamba nanemdawe, nanebukhosi within you. And anything that needs black, you must know that black is power. Black is power. Black is not a curse. But though people, they've been socialized to think that anything that is black, a black cat, a black what, it's evil. Though it's not like that. Black stands for power. Whenever you see something that is black, you must know that is power. That's why again, ingwenze, it uses a cloth, a black cloth. When you have got ingwenze, you are definitely supposed to have a black cloth. So iloko ke lebe ngifuna kusho today ngengwenze, ngikukhuluma ngengwenze. Laba nembuto sebetawubuta, nalaba funa kusitakala ngayo ingwenze, nalaba bona ukuthi banengwenze, batawusho ukuthi hey, nami ngathi ngiyayiva lengwenze ikhona, sibone ukuthi sibasita kanjani. We'll see how we help you. Nami hayi sengiyavalelisa ke namhla, kini nonke nebengwazi ngiyavalelisa kini nonke etindzaweni tonke, nebembube ngiyavalelisa nonke kuvalelisa umafavuke njengedangamane umtulu kamakeretane hankarantima uduladula nyama senkopolo ungayiboni kuzaca kodwa ugcwele amafutha umgadlela kandaba unyanga mthakathi umkhulu Ben Themba Silinza. Ungakhohlwa ke ukuthi subscribe on our channel called Sinduna. Channel yethu ku YouTube called Sinduna, and again you can call us 082 802 7931. You can call us anything whether ufuna sikusite entweni takho tekugula tekuhlola. And remember ukuthi now we do even kuhlola online. We can hlola you even online. That's not a problem. We can hlola you online, if especially for those people who are far. You can also call us 082-802-7931. You see, so you can call us whether unenkinga tekufasa whatsoever, anything culturally, you are welcome to call. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this page it even to us, because more is still to come and you are still going to learn more. Siyathokoza bantwana bethongo, siyathokoza bantwana bedlozi, sithokoza kini nonke, sinduna ndawuwe shewe.